Welcome to The Explainer. So today, we're going to completely change how you approach playing offense. Look, stepping onto the ultimate Frisbee field as a beginner, it's overwhelming. Defenders are everywhere, the pace is absolutely frantic, and you usually feel like you have zero time to think. But what if there was a simple playbook that actually weaponized that frantic pace to your advantage? Well, there is. We call it the Speed Engine. It's basically the ultimate playbook for beginners to build an unstoppable, dynamic offense, and I am so excited to walk you through it today. Let's get right into it.
Okay, first up, a super basic question. Once you catch the Frisbee, how long should you actually hold on to it? The most common beginner instinct is to catch the disc, stop dead in your tracks, plant your feet, and just freeze up like a deer in headlights while scanning the field for some massive, perfect throw. It feels safe, right? You want to take your time and be careful. But is that actually the smart move?
Actually, no, not at all. The magic number here is 3. We're talking a maximum of 3 seconds. This right here is the fundamental concept of the 3-second threat window. Literally, if you take absolutely nothing else away from this explainer, please remember this. That disc needs to be out of your hands in under 3 seconds, period.
Now don't sweat it, we're going to break this entire system down into 5 totally manageable steps. 1. The 3-second rule. 2. Throwing basics and fakes. 3. Dribbling and moving forward. 4. Beating the zone defense. And 5. Practice drills for beginners.
Section 1. The 3-second rule. Basically why time is your absolute worst enemy out there. Let's just walk chronologically through the actual lifespan of a catch. At 0 seconds, boom, you catch the disc. You want to maintain whatever forward momentum you have and instantly survey the field. 1 second in, you're executing fakes to get your defender completely off balance. At 2 seconds, you actually release your throw. And at 3 seconds, well, that's when the defender, your marker, finally gets a chance to set up and recover their balance. So if you throw it before 3 seconds, you're literally throwing against a defense that isn't even ready yet.
You can really see why this matters when we compare these two timelines. If you hold on to the disc for 5 seconds or more, the defense just locks in. The markers establish their positions, the play goes totally static, and honestly, your options become super predictable. But if you keep your hold time under 3 seconds, you mathematically prevent those defenders from closing the gaps. You keep that catch and throw momentum going, and your offense becomes completely uncontainable.
Moving right along to Section 2, Throwing Basics and Fakes. Let's talk about the physical tools you need to play fast.
Listen, as a beginner, you really don't need a crazy arsenal of trick throws. You just don't. You only need to nail down 3 basic mechanical techniques to become a highly efficient thrower. And those are the fake, the quick release, and the high release. These mechanics are incredibly straightforward. First up, the fake. Just a simple, convincing pump fake forces the defender to react and jump out of your way, and that instantly pops open a tight window for you to throw through. Next is the quick release. Notice how compact the movement is? You're generating power right from your wrist and your core to snap the throw off fast, completely bypassing the need for a slow, wide, dramatic step. And finally, the high release. Releasing the disc high up over your shoulder just completely bypasses the defender's wingspan. Using these 3 simple tools guarantees you can actually get that disc out within your 3-second window. Okay, Section 3, Dribbling and Moving Forward. How to literally suffocate the defense. Now, you'll often hear experienced players throwing around complex jargon like momentum vectors, but let's totally scrap all of that. For our purposes, dribbling simply means using a series of rapid throw and go movements to advance the disc while keeping your forward momentum going. It's essentially just playing a fast-paced game of catch while jogging down the field. And here's a super easy rule of 3 for dribbling. Step 1, catch the disc in stride, meaning keep your body moving up the field. Step 2 is an immediate, short offhand release, like a quick backhand or forehand right back to your teammate before your trailing foot even plants. And step 3, go. Just keep running upfield uninterrupted to get it right back. So it's catch, throw, run, 1, 2, 3. If you do this, it is physically impossible for a defender to stop and set a block on you. Section 4, Beating the Zone Defense, or, as I like to call it, shattering the wall. To beat a zone, you absolutely have to understand swings. A swing is just moving the Frisbee laterally, meaning sideways, really quickly across the field. When you're a beginner, you kind of think you always have to throw forward to score, right? But throwing sideways quickly is actually a highly weaponized tactic to force the defensive structure to shift and eventually break.
See that dark blue hexagon? That represents the defensive zone all grouped together. Now, if you fire a rapid swing sideways across the field, the disc travels incredibly fast. Suddenly, that entire group of defenders has to physically run all the way across the grass to set up their wall again. By moving the disc laterally, you fundamentally alter the angle of attack way before that zone can physically run over and react. You are literally just outracing them with the frisbee.
And hey, your teammates without the disc, they play a massive role here by making specific cuts. Proactive V-cuts will actually isolate a defender and make them step the wrong way, which creates huge separation. At the same time, another teammate can make what's called a break undercut. That just means running straight across the middle towards the thrower, ensuring there's constantly a safe, open lane to throw into.
All right, let's look at how all these pieces fit together, because the compound effect of all this speed is just incredible. Step 1, you hit him with a fake to knock the defender off balance. Step 2, you fire a quick release swing sideways to completely bypass that zone. Step 3, your teammate makes a catch in stride, keeping all their momentum. And Step 4, you execute a sideline dribble, rapidly throwing and going straight up the totally exposed sideline. Guys, these aren't just isolated tricks. When you combine them, they mathematically outpace any defense on the planet.
Which brings us to Section 5, Practice Drills for Beginners. Let's turn all this theory into action. If you're ready to try this out, I strongly encourage you to take these concepts right out onto the actual field. I'm going to show you 2 super simple, beginner-friendly drills that you can practice today. They'll hardwire this speed engine into your muscle memory and, hopefully stop you from dropping the disc on your own toes.
Our first drill is something you can do totally solo, the self-catch quick release. You just start by tossing the disc slightly out in front of yourself to simulate receiving a high-speed pass. The exact second you catch it, you train your eyes and your body to instantly pivot and look upfield. Your goal here is to release an imaginary throw, or hey, a real throw to a buddy, within that 3-second threat window. The focus is zero hesitation. Catch, pivot, fire. That's it. For the second drill, you're going to need a few friends. We call these bucket swings. You all stand in a square formation, and the whole objective is to execute continuous, high-speed passing around the square. Every single time you catch that disc, you have to follow it up with an immediate fake or a quick release to the next person. It perfectly simulates the total chaos of a shifting zone defense, and it builds incredible muscle memory for catching and throwing sideways without freezing up.
And that brings us to the end of our explainer. But I want to leave you with one final, kind of provocative question to think about. If you actually apply this speed engine, if you dribble up the field, if you swing the disc laterally to break the zone, and if you never, ever hold the disc for more than 3 seconds, can a defense ever truly stop you? The answer is no. By prioritizing speed and simplicity, you dictate the entire game. So get out there, keep it under 3 seconds, and have an absolute blast. Thanks so much for joining Beyond the Explainer.